What is going on? RebelTrainer bringing you a new video for you guys. It is our draft analysis video. That's right. Season 2 of our IBA Draft League is going on, and actually, at time of recording, our first battle is next week, and you guys should be seeing it on the 4th of July, which is exciting. It's all good. As you guys can see, I'm coach of the Bouffalant Sabres. We had a whole new logo design from season 1 to season 1.5, and we're continuing on with it for season 2. If you guys like the logo, if you like the stuff, we have merch, and that stuff will be down in the description below. But I want to break down for you guys. We just held our draft over the past weekend, and I want to break down what our team is going to be looking like for season 2 going in. So we want redemption. Kyogre beat us last season, season 1, took the championship. We were runner-up, all that good stuff. But a little bit different this time. This wasn't a free-for-all. We had tiers, we had points, and all that sort of stuff. So it was very different from season 1, and obviously very different from season 1.5 because that was completely randomized. But all that to be said, we had to basically pick our G max within 3 turns of drafting, and we were draft number 3 in the slot, so it was a snake style. So we chose 3rd, and then we had to wait all the way to the end, and then the last guy picked first for the second round, and we had to wait almost all the way to the end of round 2. So I thought it was very important early on for us to pick our G max, and so turn 1 for us, round 1, we picked G max Toxtricity. That's right. Our man is back, and he is going to be doing some great things for us. I believe that this is the answer to what we needed from season 1 and 1.5. And so we chose G max Toxtricity, which was crazy because round 1, Tay and SlightliSalti both chose respectively Blastoise and Venusaur for their G-Maxes, and there's a lot of pressure for me to do Charizard, but I was just feeling Toxtricity. Toxtricity does so much work, and so we chose him round 1. And then came our tier 1, which looking at what was being taken, what was still around, I really felt that we had to go with Conkeldurr. So Conkeldurr was our tier 1 choice. Big, heavy hitter, physically offensive, able to do a lot of work. And so I just felt Conkeldurr held a lot of ground for us, especially early on, kind of helped covering some of our darkness weaknesses and different things along that nature. Again, this is not necessarily the order in which I chose. I pretty much went down this list this way, but I did do some of my free picks intermittently throughout. So but I just want to break down to you guys what our tiers are. So Conkeldurr was our tier 1, and then on tier 2, we decided to go with Alolan Ninetales. So obviously, you always want to try to keep your Fairy, Steel, Dragon Core, and so Alolan Ninetales puts in a lot of work, especially being on the especially defensive side, and having a really good speed stat as well. Be able to set up Hail and firing off mad blizzards and all that sort of stuff. So I just thought Alolan Ninetales would fit our team very nicely and help us in some of the other categories that I'm not going to dive a whole lot into because we have a battle coming up very soon. So we chose Alolan Ninetales. And then for our tier 3, one of our choices was to bring back our Arachnid. Very excited to have him back on the squad. He's going to do a lot of fierce things. There's not a lot of good water types at this tier, or what was left for us to choose at the time when we chose Arachnid. So had to get him quick. Very excited for Spider to be back. And then our next tier, we also went with a very interesting choice on my part. So Dragalge, Poison Dragon. So very interesting because obviously it runs Poison Touch, Poison Point, but also has the hidden ability Adaptability, which will be doing a lot of work for us. And so again, very specially defensive, very slow, but I felt like could put in a lot of work for us, again, being the dragon typing that we needed to kind of help with our Fairy's Dragon Steel core, which you'll see the Steel type actually very much to the end. But so we chose Dragalge. Then at tier 4, we brought back an old friend, Dubwool. We wanted to see him get back on the squad. He put in a lot of work. He helped us out in a lot of different things. So he can be very defensive, and he can also be very offensive as well. And so very much looking forward to having Dubwool back on our squad as well. And then for our tier 5, we chose Wailord. This was actually one of the very last picks of our draft. I had different plans of what I want to choose for my tier 5. We had to choose one, and so Whale Lord was that choice. You might be asking yourself, Rebel, why would you choose Whale Lord of all the options? Well, some of the options that I was thinking about got sniped right before I could choose them. And also, Whale Lord was just a really good option for us as a water type, and very, very much a hyper HP mon and a pretty good attack and special attacker at hitting base 90s. Defense, but again, at tier 5, you can't complain too much. Which got into our free picks. So for our free pick, we picked Mamoswine. So again, we picked Toxtricity pretty early on. We picked Conkeldurr very early on. Alolan Ninetales went pretty early for us, and then we picked Mamoswine as 1-1. So we had 400 points to choose from. Mamoswine hit the tier 2, I believe, off the top of my head. And so we picked him up because he complements very well our Alolan Ninetales, what she wants to do for us, what she's going to be able to do for us. And so Mamoswine going to be putting in the finest of work. Then for our second free pick, we picked up Dusclops. Again, Dusclops being very defensive, able to do a lot of tech stuff for us. I just thought a very good mon for us to have as well. Again, we had some very heavy hitters that we were picking, so that's why Dusclops was so clutch. Wanted to stick with that typing. Plus, the ghost typing isn't bad as well. Then we picked up Roserade. Roserade, again, very especially offensive. I believe off the top of my head. Yeah, very especially offensive at base 125. Very cool typing with the grass and poison. Obviously, we have 3 poisons on the team between Toxtricity, Dragalge, and Roserade. But Roserade being the grass, very much helpful. Be able to set up spikes, toxic spikes, and be able to just do a lot of different things. So I'm really looking forward to using Roserade this season and seeing what she can do for us as well. And then lastly, and this was one of our very last picks actually, and that is Cobalion. Cobalion being fighting steel. Again, completing our core of Fairy, Steel, and Dragon. Cobalion, again, hyper physically offensive. Well, not hyper physically offensive, but a defensive mon who can hit hard. And also very fast. So he has a 129 defense and 108 speed stat. So those are both pretty good. Again, I was looking for a fine mixture of special offensive versus physically offensive, and also mons who can take hits. So Cobalion, it's going to be interesting. I've never used Cobalion before. Very unfamiliar with him as a whole. But we had a lot of points left over towards the end for free picks, and he was sitting there at tier 2, I believe. Yep, tier 2. No, tier 2. Just kind of looking at the thing there. And so there wasn't a lot of Pokemon that I was thinking about that I wanted to get. Obviously, we don't have a fire type, which is kind of unfortunate, but there are some things that we can do to negate that weakness or that vulnerability that we have in that regards of not having a fire type. But I thought Cobalion was a very important pickup that we needed. But that is the team. This is who we are rocking with for Season 2. I expect great things from the team. A lot of cool different strats we can do. Obviously, we are heavy on hail for weather. And then we also run kind of some rain as well, or be open to that availability. Obviously, Roserade is going to be running some very interesting sets as well. And I was just trying to think of anything else that really kind of comes into play. Some other cool things that you guys are just going to have to wait and see. But super, super excited again to do this, to have Season 2 going on. We have some new coaches in this season as well, so you guys will have to check them out as well. I'm probably going to include all that information down below as well. But this is the team. We are the Bouffalant Sabres. I am your coach, and we are excited to hopefully bring the championship home this season. So all that to be said, if you guys have any questions or any comments that you guys think, or any strategies that you would like me to see try to implement in this season, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to try those out. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do our best, but we're gonna run some interesting sets, keep our opponents on their toes. There's a lot of threats on our team, and so I'm hoping that because of that, they're gonna have to be prepping for a lot of different things and are just unaware of what they're gonna be facing. But like I said, we do have merch. If you guys want to pick up your own Bouffalant Sabre stuff, we have mouse pads. We have a lot of different things that you guys can grab as well. And so t-shirts, hoodies, pillows, I believe. We got some stickers. So all that, check it out. It's fairly well priced for what you would normally pay. So hopefully you guys can pick those up and show some support in that way. But I'm RebelTrainer. This is the Rebel Nation, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you guys are watching this for the first time. Hit that like button so that way we know you are supporting your Bouffalant Sabres in this season. And let's get the win, guys. Let's do this. We are the Bouffalant Sabres, and we're going to charge recklessly into the championship. Catch you guys next time. See ya.